It's preparing. We're going to be live in just a second. So take your last puff.
I'm done.
Okay. Okay. We are currently live. And hi, I'm Beth Koritz from Clarity Seekers. I am a licensed professional counselor and intuitive clarity coach, and welcome to Tuesday's live coaching. I am here with KJ, who often joins me in the live coaching. Anybody is welcome to hop in. And as a matter of fact, right now I will paste the link to this Zoom room if anybody wants to just hop in and join us, have some questions for us, or just want to take part. And I'm also monitoring on my other screen comments and questions. If you have any, please hit me with them. And if you're watching this on a replay, hit me with a DM and I will see them there. Okay. KJ and I haven't spoken in a couple of weeks. And KJ, I know your life has had some ups and downs since we last spoke. And because I haven't coached you through any of it yet at all, how do you feel about jumping into it here in front of the platitudes of people?
I'm fine with that.
So you want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just sensing a little resistance.
No, I'm good.
Okay. So last week, when I went on live by myself, I mentioned that you had gotten your dream job, but things changed shortly after that, right?
Yes.
So without saying anything you're not comfortable with, can you share some of what happened?
Well, I had applied for, a lot of different jobs. One was just looking for work. And then this one fell in my lap that was perfect. It was perfect.
What made it
And
perfect?
since I quit doing hair, I've wanted to own a salon, but the grandkids, money, I didn't have the ability to do that, to open a salon, even though I wouldn't do hair because of my shoulders and my wrists and my back. I wanted to own it and, be a part of it. But that just wasn't going to happen. That wasn't in the cards for me. So this job came along where I would be running this salon, which is a very high-end salon. Beautiful. They have 3 locations, and it was just perfect because I would have been able to run the salon and I would have been in the grind of it all and be back with, my people. And it was just perfect. I went in for, I did a phone interview and then trying to shut my volume down. They wanted me to come in for a couple hours and check it out and see if it was for me and, how we vibe and everything was fantastic. The owner's a few years older than me, and she loved the fact that I was older because it's mostly young girls there, and she felt the clientele in this area would feel more comfortable with someone a little older, somebody more mature there at that particular salon.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, that's a major plus for me because it's all these young 20-year-olds that are applying for this job. So they call and tell me, okay, you've got the job, can you go to Centralia for training? So here I'm driving every day to Centralia. I have to borrow money for clothes because I have to have, certain clothes. I'm buying all these clothes. I'm, asking friends for clothes. I had to borrow money for gas to get back and forth and, for a 2-hour drive every day. And so I went through all that. And the following week, they had me go to another location for another day of training. And after 4 hours, she says, well, we have a few other girls that are training, and we're just going to see how well they're picking it up, the computer system, which was pretty intricate. I mean, it was crazy. And apparently I wasn't picking the computer system up fast enough, which I thought I was doing great, especially the last day, because I had a different trainer and she was training me in a different way, and her way is the way that I understood. Had I had her to begin with, I would have done great. I would have had it no problem. But she said, well, you can go ahead and go home today. I was scheduled for 4 days. And that was that. I went home and waited, and they called me Friday and told me they no longer needed me, that they found somebody else that could work the system, that could learn it a little quicker than me. So, my maturity had its ups and downs there. Oh my gosh, that's everybody. The stylists were raving, oh my God, you're going to be great because you're older. And then it's like, what do you want from me? You can't run the system yourself. You told me you couldn't learn this at your age, but you expect me to learn it just that quick when, I've owned my own business, my own salon before, and I know how to run things. And that's what you need, is somebody to run it. But you're going to hire some 20-year-old who learned the computer just a little bit faster than I did.
So as far as, can you mute the live on your end? Because it's echoing back at us. Thanks. Yeah, now I'm not hearing my own voice. So this kind of crushed you for a while, right? And I understand that because you were so excited about it, and because doing the training was an inconvenience for you just because of where it was located and everything. But what can you take away from this experience? Because there are some really key, whenever whenever things don't happen that we really wanted to happen, whenever things don't go our way, there's always something to learn. And the reason they usually don't go our way, or they don't happen exactly how we wanted them to happen, was so we can learn from it. So what can you walk away from this experience with?
I'm not sure yet at this point. I'm still a little bitter.
Yeah, I can tell that. And I get it. I get the disappointment, but how's that bitterness? This has been a week now, right?
Yeah.
A full week.
Yeah.
And how is that bitterness benefiting you? What's that bitterness made your days like between now and then?
it's just brought up a lot of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that yesterday when I started bawling watching a movie that I shouldn't have been crying.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it brought up my mom and her passing. And it's not doing me any good.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that. It's just I guess when somebody just is so happy about everything about you, tells you you have this, and they're like, oh, my bad, I was just joking.
Yeah. I'm sure it felt like whiplash.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. I mean, it was just, I just got the rug pulled out from under me, and it was just like, well, wait a minute, what just happened? Where am I? You know, is this real?
So does this whole thing, this here's the rug, get comfortable, and now I'm going to pull it out of you. Is that indicative of a place that really is your dream job?
No.
A boss who has that perhaps impatience in training, or maybe lack of compassion, that after 4 hours, they're ready to replace you instead of even giving you to end of shift to see what you've learned. Is that a dream boss?
No, by no means. I mean, because they did it the week before, the first week, I was supposed to work all week up until, you know, at Saturday. They let me go early Friday and
Yeah.
said you'll be back on the schedule. Well, you know what? Then be nice enough to take me off of your system and don't send me a text on Sunday telling me that I have no shifts on for the rest of the week when you fired me. Because I think that's what really got me was
The way they handled it.
Sunday, I'm getting a message from their scheduling saying your shift for the week of blah, 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 you have no shifts. No shit.
Yeah, that would have been kind for them to have taken you off of their system. But I think because we're live and because we don't have a full hour to talk, I want to see if you can frame that into what I want to see if you can see the juxtaposition between what you thought this job was going to be, this dream, and what the reality was.
Yeah, I think I was taking in a little too much of the whole me wanting to own my own business again and playing that big of a part in it, of running the day-to-day of it.
Well, I think it's great to dream, and it's great to see in possibilities that this is a good stand-in for a dream that you're not able to make happen right now because of external reasons. So this isn't about taking that away. It's about gaining the insight that you might get the very same kind of job at another nice salon that has a more patient, compassionate owner that has a different computer system. It doesn't mean you're not going to get the dream job. It means this wasn't that dream job.
Yeah, that's for sure.
What else have you, I want you to think about what you can take away from this that's positive. And I even in Voxer last week when you were going through this, I know I even sent this message to you.
I don't remember what that was.
You probably weren't ready to hear it yet, but maybe now you're ready to hear it. The fact of the matter is, you, with all of your wonderful authenticity, you were hired for this job. They saw in you everything they needed for this job. The only place that you didn't meet their expectations was in picking up their computer system as quickly as they taught it to you. But when even you said when it was taught to you differently, you picked it up, right? But by then the boat had sailed with the owner. So you can have the confidence that you can learn it. Maybe something else you learned is that when something's being taught to you in the wrong manner for how your brain processes things, next time you can say, I will learn this much quicker if ...
I did. I told him, I can't read something and just learn from it. I have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't watch you do it and you tell me what you're doing while there's a client standing in front of us. I'm not going to pick that up. I have to do it.
Mm-hmm. So
And
once you were given the opportunity, you were getting it with that other training.
Once they sent me to the other girl at the other location, she had me doing stuff, repetitive. Just do all of these, do all of these, do all of these, and do this. And it was like, now it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So another positive is that when you are hired by another salon, if they do use the same POS system, it, or at least you part of it well enough to get going, right? So the main thing that I want you to really internalize is that you were hired for this job, right? And so it's time to now say this bitterness, I really need to try and release it. Yeah, I'm still disappointed. And I will probably be disappointed for a while, but there is a difference between disappointment and bitter, right? And I, as my own authentic self, I was everything they were looking for. So the thought of getting another job just like this is not a far reach at all. Yes?
Yeah, I know that. I do. It's just finding it again. And, take it from there. Have to keep looking.
Yeah. The energy that you are using to look is going to play a big part in what you're attracting, right?
Yes.
So there's still some energy to shift in this. Would you agree?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, definitely.
So what was the energy you were going into that job search with?
I was really excited.
About searching?
About searching, I was, because there were so many different jobs and that, that I liked, that I thought, oh, wow, that's awesome. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Then this one just kind of popped up out of nowhere, and it was like, oh my God, this one is perfect.
But it wasn't.
No, no, it wasn't.
So what would it take to shift you back and say, oh, I'm glad I eliminated this one, thought it was perfect, glad I saw the light, I was shown the light, you know, before I got really invested into relationships with coworkers, before I started spending the money that I was going to earn. I'm glad that this happened, you know, 8 days in or 5 days in instead of months in, and
Well,
can go back to that exciting search.
and that's what I've been trying to do, because one, the first location, I didn't really want to get to know any of them because I wouldn't be dealing with them. I got enough to remember. I can't remember everybody's names, and I don't want to get into relationships with you guys and then leave.
Mhm.
Not, you know, to sound harsh or negative, but, you know, I needed to concentrate on learning what I was doing.
Mhm.
And, you know, the second location I was at was kind of the same way. I mean, I was only there 4 hours.
Mhm.
And one of the things the girl that was training me would tell me, you know, take this guest back to, you know, Sonia. I'm like, I don't even know who that is.
Mhm.
Let's
So
go concierge, you know, James with Beth. I'm like, I don't know who either of those are. I can't do that. So the whole thing was just apparently not for me.
right. And that's
Um,
okay.
it
I
is
mean,
okay.
that's okay.
It is.
Finding your dream job can be like finding a specific grain of sand on a beach.
And I may not find my dream job. I mean, I'm almost 55 years old. Doesn't mean I'm going to find my dream job. I've had my dream jobs.
Well,
And
you certainly can find, I believe,
I
100%.
know I can find one that's going to make me happy, that I love, but
Yes.
it may not be my dream job.
Well, maybe that is your dream. Maybe that
Maybe.
is your dream, is to find a job where you can be happy and enjoy the work you're doing.
And that's basically all I want.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really not looking specifically for my dream job. That just happened to fall in my lap.
So
And
how can your energy shift so that you're excited now to go back and look and be open to the universe showing you jobs that you can enjoy doing and be happy doing it?
I don't think it's going to take much once I really start thinking about our conversation here, because there is a lot that, okay, you know, I hated wearing black clothes. I have a Saint Bernard.
Well, right. So lots of reasons why it may not have been the best job for you. But I also remember that just talking to me wasn't what got you excited. What got you excited was starting the search and seeing what was out there. So if you were to take that action step to just go online and restart your search, that excitement is going to organically be there for you, because that's what happened last time, right?
Yeah, I just think that getting rid of my bitterness and, you know, the disappointment, I'll look back at this and, you know, I know that I'm going to come up with things and reasons that, you know, hey, get over it.
Well, and the one thing that we haven't covered, and I'll say it briefly because our time is almost up, is that what happened, it wasn't really about you. I understand that it felt like it was about you. And I understand that it was framed like it was about you. But in reality, it was about them you weren't really given a chance after that last day of training because you were getting it, right? It was more about a management style than it was about you. So it's nothing about it was personal. The fact that you got that email that is really what's making you so bitter is not about you. That was also about an act done or not done by them, right? So you getting that email was out of your control 100%, but how you're handling getting that email is 100% your responsibility, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that smile. There's that smile. And that smile tells me, ooh, I just hit the sweet spot to release that energy, right? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you just did right in that moment. I saw it happen. That's awesome. Yay. So depending on what's going on with your job search, hopefully you won't be back here next Tuesday, but hopefully you've gotten a job where you actually can be back here next Tuesday.
Right.
And I'll look forward to hearing more and supporting you through this journey more. And I'm excited to hear what comes up next for you.
I appreciate you.
Just watching that release from you was just magic for me. That was awesome. So hang on with me for just a second. And I want to tell all of you guys, thank you for watching. If you've made it to the end, I know KJ also appreciates it. And I'm so grateful for you coming on again and being vulnerable with us. If anybody else has questions they'd like to bring up for life coaching, you don't have to come on camera with me. I would be happy to answer the questions for you. Just send them to me in a comment or a DM. And if you'd like to see what coaching would be like for you, I'm going to put a link in the comments where you can book your free 30-minute clarity call with me. And we can do 30 minutes of coaching to get you started on the path you want to be on. So until then, I will see you guys next week. Thank you for being here. And wherever you are in the country and whatever your weather and COVID situations are, I hope you stay safe and healthy. Bye for now.
Bye.